Good morning, heartache. Here we go again. Good morning, heartache. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, heartache, honey. All right, I've avoided this subject and avoided this subject and avoided this subject. For the whole time I've been on YouTube, I've tried to avoid this subject. But I think it's time that maybe I should say something about this now. I want to talk about people using people's HIV status as a read. This is how, ooh, I read you. Ooh, you got HIV. Ooh, I read you. I'm not with the people. Now, I know that you can't expect other people to feel the same way you feel about things, but let's just take another analogy. Let's just say people want to read, let's say white people want to read black people about slavery. Would that be a fun thing? Funny to would it be especially funny to other black people? I'm just curious because people will say, "Oh, you can't make that analogy. Oh, hey, experience is totally different experience." No, I don't think it is that different, honey. I think for homosexual people, after what we have been through as a community of people in these last few decades, honey, to sit up there and then entertain heterosexual people with reads about HIV, a thing that nearly devastated and in fact did devastate our community. I think it is so basically wrong. People, this has got to stop. Now, there's so much YouTube that I cannot watch. I will not allow myself to watch because they use these status reads, because they're talking about women who can't have children. There should be some standard, people. You shouldn't be able to just go out and just say anything, right? And it has effect on other people as well. The stigma of HIV. How is it compounded these days? Is it other people? No, I think it's a lot of gay people coming on here like HIV/AIDS is some kind of goddamn joke. Perhaps the disease didn't hit you hard enough, or it didn't come close enough to you, or you didn't lose enough people close to you for you to really know how it feels, how it felt, how it continues to feel for many people who have lost family members who they never had closure with. So I'm just making this statement. I don't know how long I'll be on here. I'll be on here 5 minutes or I don't know. But something should be said about it. Now, people who I like, I hope I'm not going to end up in beef with them because they're going to say, you can't tell me what to say. I say whatever I want. Look at all the shit you say. Girl, whatever. Feel however you want to feel. I'm just telling you, man to man, or man to a woman, or man to gay, man to transvestite, man to anybody. Just me talking. It is so offensive, people. And yes, it hits me very similar to the way people will say disparaging things about slavery. I would never want to hear that from a black person, ever. Never. I would expect you to have some compassion for your own people. And for gay people to come on here entertaining straight people with that of all things. I mean, how many things are there to read about a person? I mean, you got what, 20 or 30 things just right there on their face you could read. You can read their titties. You can read their arms. There's so much shit you can read. Why do you have to go to HIV status? So for heterosexual people and you are allies and you don't really have it, and I see that most of the people who are doing this don't seem to have a problem with other gay people. It's just specific ones. I'll call out a name or two, Rico and this other boy who I'm barely aware of, Chopper. They always seem to go there with them. And then they are amazed. How can you be amazed with someone coming after your children when you've left them no other options? After you have gone and terrorized them about something that they cannot help because there is no cure for HIV/AIDS, right? It ain't gonna just go away. So after you come to them with that, how can you be so amazed when they're talking about your children in the most disparaging way, things that should never be said among decent or indecent company? What are they supposed to do? It is wrong, and I'm calling out for what it is. You like it, you don't have to like it. Right? What else I want to say on this subject? Oh, I saw the encounter with the dead people channel. The dead people just enjoy. The way they go after Rico, and they always seem to end up on that same thing. Now, here you have a man who, by most accounts, is an alcoholic. Damn, I'd rather see you go to for his addiction other than his health status. I mean, what? How do you know how many pills he's taking? What do you know about it? And let me tell you something right now, people. Something I know for sure. Rico and Chopper and me are not the only people on YouTube who have HIV. They just don't tell you about it, honey. So it is it is hypocrisy in the extraordinary extreme. We ain't the only ones. Do you know how many people, HIV people? I mean, how many LGBTQ people who've been diagnosed with HIV is well managed now? Maybe they'll never even leave work from it, whatever. The situation has changed so much. Do you know how many Black women specifically? Because at one point they were the highest growing numbers because of with these men, these down low men and so forth. Do you know how many of these people who are getting the TB are actually HIV themselves, or have not tested and will not test for their fear of what it is, because you people continue to stigmatize that as the worst thing in the world? Frankly, you don't got to feel no way about it. It shouldn't be discussed. Somebody's health status. Are you going on there and picking on people because they have cancer? And don't say it's different, because it's not different. Oh, you got that from sex. What the hell does that got to do with anything? What difference does it make? How does the damn disease is transferred, goes from one person to the other person? What about this goddamn coronavirus then? So are you going to tear? Are you going to criticize people because they contacted coronavirus, or is this hatred of HIV, or this willingness to criticize people for HIV? Is it just pure homophobia because it affected that group the most, or that is where it made its landing in the United States? Even though people who are in the know that it is affecting Black women, it is epidemic. They can be treated as well now. They can even have children as well now. But it has infected a whole lot of people because of ignorance and stupidity. I think it needs to stop. I don't think that the beef sector should be the one place where you can go and no rules apply. You can just say anything you want out your goddamn mouth. It don't make no difference. They ignorant. What difference does it make? They stupid. Stupid people. We don't fat shame nowhere on YouTube, but when you get over to the beef sector, it's cool. I don't want to come on here and be heavy or be the heavy. And I am not the HIV police, or I am not the beef sector police, or I ain't no kind of police. I'm just telling you what I think about it. And I think it is dead wrong. And you will pay a price. You see, when you do people like that, because your time is coming, honey, there's more than HIV in the world. Believe me. Many of y'all gonna end up with diabetes. Your children gonna end up with cancers. You're gonna have to deal with all kind of sickness all through your goddamn life. And there's gonna come a time when you're gonna need compassion, loving kindness, your own goddamn self, for your own family. What about when your mama starts losing her mind? Is Alzheimer's gonna be funny? Should we make Alzheimer's jokes on here as well? We're all in this damn thing together, people. It is time to stop with this status reads, this HIV stuff. Picking on people because of their status, and it is wrong. Because what you're saying is their life don't mean shit and they're dying. And I'm gonna tell you something, niggas. I wouldn't give a goddamn how you feel about how I express it. I ain't dying from HIV. I've had it for 32. I just crossed 32 years. 32 years. If I listen to you bitches, I've been in the hole 20 years back. It ain't over till God say it's over, honey. It ain't over. We done seen 500,000. We done seen 500,000 people, over 500,000 people in this country die this year. They got something. A few weeks later, they're dead. A few weeks later, they're gone. Let me hold on to my chain of thought. So many people diagnosed with cancer. Every time they go to the hospital, they go in with fear and trembling, honey. Why are we still trying to terrorize these people for some disease that happened in the 80s and 90s? People say, oh, but you got sex, you had sex to get it. Grown people don't have sex. You need to let it go, people. And count your blessings that your ass is still sitting here. Count your blessings your mama's still here, if she is still here. And the ones who are left, count your blessings they're still here and they're still in their right mind. Do you know how many old people end up with Alzheimer's or dementia? And you have to care for them for the next, not the next 6 months, nigga, the next 6-10 years of their life, because they have to be cared for. There's serious shit that goes on in this world. Everything is just not for a fucking a roast and a gag on YouTube. It's disgusting. I'm just telling you because it's disgusting, because it ain't got no effect on me because I don't watch it. The moment you open your mouth about somebody's status, that is when you just lost that clicking view. Or it's already been clicked, but I'm gone. So I don't even know who does it in the extreme, because I refuse to listen to that. Have more self-respect, people. And believe me, when something happens to you, they will jump on your ass because you have been terrorizing people your whole goddamn life. And you're going to be so fearful of even expressing what is going on with your body because you have been such an asshole all of your motherfucking life, girl, that you have stigmatized your own goddamn self. Because things are coming, baby. And a lot of you people on here, y'all drug addicts. Y'all know it. You are drug addicts. You're struggling for your life right now. You got all kind of issues. You got diabetes. How many of you motherfuckers got gout? Some things are more serious than other things. You need to let this thing going on and on and on about someone's HIV status is homophobia, in my opinion. That's what it is. That's what it is. You ain't going on after the women. If they were the highest growing number a few years back, then surely there's lots of people who have it. I don't see you attacking the women because they're HIV status. It's always associated with gay men. That's what you do. So you think you're not a homophobic? Think about it. Think about it again. Don't call yourself an ally if you're sitting up here making HIV jokes and AIDS jokes about people dying. Go back and watch that post. Watch it again. Take the comedy out of it, nigga, and look at it. Y'all have a good day.